Okay, so here's our sensor cover and window. We could just call that a sensor cover. And the way we want to put this together is going to be pretty much explained in drawings as we've talked about before. So let's kind of move this up a little bit so we can see all the elements in the drawing. So go to the title block, kind of pick things out. You're going to see what it's going to be called. It's going to be called the sensor cover and window if you want to put that in there. Scale is going to be 1:1. So what you're looking at here is the way it's going to be scaled in your drawing. It's a B-size drawing. And then over here, you want to make sure you look at the material. Material is going to be AISI 1050 steel, cold drawn stainless steel. That's what that SS means. So it's going to have a nice sheen to it, and it's going to be relatively weather resistant. And then you want to look into the drawing here as to what might be the base feature. So the base feature is going to be a rectangle. Not going to be in the front plane or the right plane, but it's going to be on the top plane. So we're going to look at the top plane up here. We're going to look at a rectangle that's going to be 90 millimeters by 130 millimeters. So you can see that our units are going to be in millimeters. And then the thickness is going to be 20 with a draft angle of 25 degrees. So we're going to be putting together this rectangle. We're going to extrude it with that draft angle so we have kind of like a truncated pyramid in a way. So these 4 dimensions, draft angle, 20 for the thickness, 90 and 130 millimeters for the 2 sides of the rectangle, and get that base feature put in place. So if you look at our sheet notes over here, suggested feature order, if you go to the top side or go to the number 2 over here, it's talking about the top side fillet. That's going to come next. So in each one of these angular edges over here, on the top and the sides, we're going to put in a fillet. And that fillet is going to have a value that you see over here of 10 millimeters. Bottom shell, kind of like what we did before. We're going to put in a shell, and it's going to have a shell thickness in here of just 2 millimeters. After that, we're going to put in our top window cut, and the top window cut is going to have embedded in it a sketch fillet. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And when we put in that cut up here, it's going to be dealing with these 3 dimensions. We're going to look at an 8-inch or 8 millimeter offset from that fillet line over here, from that fillet edge. And then it's going to have a radius, a sketch fillet radius of just 9 millimeters. And then our mounting holes. Mounting holes are going to be a little bit different. You'll notice that the mounting holes are kind of coming in at the side. We can't really put those mounting holes on that surface or this surface. What we're going to do is we're going to put the mounting holes on the existing planes that we have in here. So the front plane is going to have these 3 holes. The right plane is going to have these 2 holes. And so it actually comes out fairly nice. So once you begin to build the model, you could always use the planes that are in the middle of the model. And if you're building this model with symmetry in mind, having those planes in the middle of the model really is helpful to put in oblique holes that you see in here. So when we put in our base feature, which we're going to go ahead and see next, we're going to go ahead and extrude from the top. So we're going to start with the top plane. We're going to extrude that up. We're going to put in that draft angle, and that's going to be where they go. So I'm going to take my rollback bar and just demonstrate this. I'm not going to show you how to do this from the very beginning because I think you probably already know how to do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at our base sketch. If we take a look at our base sketch and make that normal too, there's our 130 by 90 millimeter dimensions that we have in there. Use center rectangle. If we started on the top plane, we extruded that up. If we go ahead and rebuild that, rebuilding it allows us to take us, while we're making modifications to the model, to rebuild the model considering the current parameters. So remember that is a test question. What does a rebuild actually do? I'm going to write that down too. So our base cover, let's go and edit that feature. Here's our draft angle at 25 degrees. We're going to go up by 20 millimeters, as you can see over here in the Properties Manager. And we're going to go to the green check mark. So the top side fillet, very simply, we're going to go ahead and choose this top surface and then all these other edges in here too. So top surface here selects 4 edges if you do that. And then each one of these edges over here, we're going to go ahead and choose individually. What you don't want to do is choose the bottom. We want to keep that flat. And the value in there is going to be 10 millimeters. I think it's there by default. That gets our top side fillet. Bottom shell, once we put that in place, we're going to put our bottom shell. If you remember, the shell value is going to be 2 millimeters. So we have that in place. And then we're going to do our top window cut. So if you think about the top window cut, let's go ahead and rotate that a little bit so we can see that a little bit clearer. Let's go into the sketch that defines that a little bit. So remember, we have an 8 millimeter offset over here. 8 millimeter offset over here, and then we have a sketch fillet in here in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and resketch this and show you how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, delete that for now. I'm going to go normal to the screen, And now we're going to go ahead and put in that rectangle, which is going to help define that. So we're going to start at the projected origin. We're going to sketch that out. And they're very simple. We're going to put in smart dimensions in here. This one's going to be 8. This one's going to be 8. And now it's black and almost ready to go. But now we're going to do something different. We're going to put in a sketch fillet. So we're going to click up here on our sketch tab. We're going to go to sketch fillet up here. And then we're going to define the value. So if our value is going to be for that sketch fillet, it's going to be 9 millimeters. So we're going to go ahead and type in 9 over here. And we're going to click on each one of these points over here. We don't have to click on lines. We can click on points. So it'll save us a little bit of time. So we're going to click on 4 points in here. And then when we're done, we can right click on the mouse, go to the green check mark over here, or conceivably go to the green check mark over here, whatever is fastest, closest, or easiest. And now we can go ahead and rebuild that. So that's already a sketch that's embedded into my feature. So all I have to do is rebuild it. And now we have that in place. Pretty simple. So the right mounting holes, this is where those oblique holes come in. How do we do that? So as I mentioned before, we're going to be sketching on the right plane. So if I go to Edit Sketch, you'll notice that that sketch now is on that right plane. And if we go normal to that plane, it kind of looks like we're sketching on that surface, but we're still really on the right plane when we do that. So remember the reference geometry we did for the outlet and the receptacle box, or the junction box? This is how you do it. So we're going to take a center line. We're going to go straight up from the projected origin down here in the bottom. Go straight up. And we're going to put a line in either from that intersection up here, or we're just going to put a horizontal line in there with the midpoint of that line right on this line. And then we're going to put an offset in that. So now you're going to put that line in there. You're going to put an offset of 8 millimeters on that. And once you do that, we're going to put a hole in there. It's very similar to what we've done before. We're going to put in a circle, which is going to represent where that hole is going to be. We're putting a bit dimension on that. We're going to dimension between the circle, not the center of the circle, but the circle itself and that center line in order to get that second circle in place. In order to get that dimension in place with the implied location of where that second circle is going to be. And then we're going to mirror that over. So we're going to take this circle over here, actually sketch it on the right, take that circle, that line over here, and that circle over here. And we're going to mirror that over. And once they're black and ready to go, now all you have to do is do an extrude. So we're going to go ahead and rebuild that. We're going to go into the feature that defines that. So once those circles are in place, you're going to do through all both. If you just did through all, it's going to go in one direction and not the other, as you can see with the preview. But if you do through all both, it's going to go ahead and open up a different dialog box here in your Properties Manager, and it's going to go in both directions, and it's going to go through all. So it doesn't matter how big this your part's going to be up to this point. If it's through all, it'll always go through it. And if we go to the green check mark, that puts that into place. So let's do the same thing for the right front mounting holes. We did the right ones. Let's go to the ones in the front. We're going to do the same thing in here. We're going to choose the front plane for that. We're going to make sure you go normal to it. And let's go ahead and start this from the very beginning, and I'll show you how to put all this together. So I think you know how to put in your center lines. So I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these circles in here, which are the implied holes. This one might be a little bit different for you. So when you put in this center line, this horizontal center line, you could probably exaggerate that a little bit, maybe put that off to the side. What we want to do is you want to right-click an outline. We're going to go ahead and select midpoint, put that on that center line. We're going to make that coincident. Then we're going to move that around a little bit. Now we want to put a dimension between that line and that edge, and we're going to make that 8 millimeters. So kind of like what we did before. So that's going to be 8 millimeters, I believe, is the way what that offset is. So now we're going to put in our hole. So we're going to put a hole over here on this side. Each one of these holes is going to be 7 millimeters. So we're going to put a smart dimension in that. We're going to make that 7. Now we want to go ahead and define that hole to that center line. So we click on the circle, not the center of the circle, but the circle itself and that center line. And remember, this is a dimension, but that's a double dimension. That's kind of what we want. We want to make sure that goes off to the other side. The value of that is going to be 80 millimeters. So now we can take this hole down to this fully defined with all those dimensions on it and a reference geometry that you have. We're going to take that vertical center line. We're going to go up here to Mirror Entities. and it puts that on the other side. So now we just need a hole or a circle in the middle. We're going to take that circle, or the hole that's going to be represented by that circle ultimately, and we're going to sketch that right in the middle. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and take the circle command, and let's go ahead and take the midpoint of that line that we got on that horizontal line. We can actually pick that midpoint. We're going to exaggerate that a little bit. Now we're going to take this circle with the control key, this circle that's already defined, and we're going to make those equal to each other. And once we do that, now we have 3 black circles. And now you can do your extrude. So you do your extrude cut through both directions. I already have my feature in here, so I'm going to go ahead and rebuild that. And that puts it into place. And when you're all done, again, mask properties. So go to evaluate, mask properties. And our mask properties here should be 179,775. That's what I get. And then the Y direction is off in the Y direction now rather than the Z direction. It should be 12.398. It's going to be this value over here. And 12.398 in the positive direction on the Y-axis. So that's it. That is your sensor cover window part.